they have that buckskin calf, and my son John, he's coming up, and in time he'll have his own as well. But yeah, they're all very interested, and it's nice to have that future out there.
Oh, that's great.
So Joy, let's talk a little bit about how you got involved with North Dakota Agri-Women. Certainly through your family ranch, but tell us more. What did you do to start out with, and what does the organization entail for you?
Okay, it's the North Dakota Cattle Women, and this is kind of a legacy in our family. I am the third generation to be involved in this, and my daughter's coming up as the fourth, but my grandma was involved from the 1950s on in the North Dakota Cattle Women. She was state president in 1996, and she was actually, when the Cattle Women, they were organized in 1951, so she was in right away in the beginning. But we changed from the North Dakota Cowbell to the North Dakota Cattle Women in 1987, but she was able to be the last Cowbell of the year in 1986, so that was kind of cool. But then she was state president in 1996, and then my mom was very active in it as well, all through the 80s and into the 90s, and I became a member about in 2006, and it seemed like that's just what you do. That's what we do in our family. We promote beef in the North Dakota Cattle Women, and my daughter's been a junior member since she was about probably 3, and this year with her turning 18, she is now a full-fledged member. So it's a generational legacy for our family.
And let's talk a little bit about the Cattle Women. You said promoting beef in particular areas. How do you coincide with what happens with, say, Nancy Jo Bateman over at the North Dakota Beef Commission and with North Dakota Stockmen's Association? Is there interaction between all of these groups?
There is. We are an auxiliary of the North Dakota Stockmen's Association, and so we coordinate with them. We were a part of their convention. They include us in a lot of their events and activities. And with the Beef Commission, that's how we function. We utilize checkoff dollars by putting on events and going into schools and just teaching consumers and students about beef, giving them the information so that they can make the choice in the grocery store to choose beef. The Cattle Women, that is our main goal, and it has not changed over the years, is just to maintain and increase the demand for beef and to promote a positive image for our industry. So we work with Nancy Jo Bateman at the North Dakota Beef Commission, and we record our events, we make out reports, and we save our receipts so that we can be reimbursed through the checkoff with that money.
So go ahead, guys.
No, that's okay. And well, I was going to ask Joy, so I'm guessing you go out and talk to a lot of groups, a lot of younger, try to keep the younger generation involved in the farm. What have you noticed? Anything different over the last 10 to 15 years when you go out and talk to some of these groups?
There's, when you're talking, it depends on your audience, and we do try to hit the younger generations because those are the moms and the dads now choosing what they're feeding their kids, and hopefully then the kids are choosing as they go off on their own. But across the board, things that have changed, I think people have always been money conscious, but anymore, especially in the past year, everyone's world, prices have gone up. So you want to make sure that you put out there why beef is the quality that they can count on when they purchase it and they spend their hard-earned money on that choice, on that protein. Another